Yeah, right now.
For sure.
I mean, you could, right?
Definitely.
You could kill me with just...
Easy.
Really?
Yeah.
How would you kill me out of interest?
Just one punch.
Really?
Yeah. Because, let me tell you why. Because you don't used to getting here, so...
You've no idea about my fight record.
Oh, well, I don't know, but
I grew up with two brothers. Trust me.
How old are you?
Huh?
How old are you?
I'm 60.
You're going to sleep. He said I'm sick. So,
what do you think he's better at than you?
I don't know.
In terms of skill?
I don't know.
Yeah, you do. You've watched all his fights.
I don't know.
You do. You've got a whole list.
My thing is this.
What is it? Is
anything?
The stuff that you and your team, you've watched every fight he's done. I know you have.
Canelo.
You're obviously a student.
Canelo is a great fighter.
Yeah.
And we all have agreed on that, but
can you accept he's better than you at anything or not?
No, I cannot.
Any doubt in your mind you're going to beat him?
No, I don't have doubt about it.
So you're both 100, really?
Yeah, of course. What do you want me to say?
No, I'm
where I am now.
And what would it mean to beat Canelo Alvarez, one of the all-time greats of the sport?
Everything is...
Biggest night of your life?
Everything is riding on this one moment.
This is it for you?
This is it.
This is what you've been waiting for?
That's
Planning?
It. That's it.
Plotting? Looking at pictures of him on your wall?
Nah, I can't say that because Canelo wasn't the guy that I was plotting on. It was Manny Pacquiao and Errol Spence. So.
And now it's him.
That's right.
From gritty street fights to claiming world titles, Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford found themselves face-to-face with Piers Morgan in a rare moment of calm before the storm. No yelling, no chaos, just a champion sizing each other up, with a quiet, mutual respect. And somehow, that calmness, so unexpected for a bout this massive, only deepened the tension, making the silence speak louder than words.
You're not going to feel apprehensive when you get in that ring against him?
Fear? No.
I will for you, and I'm not even you.
That's cool. As a fighter, you know, we get nervous, but we never get, well, I can't speak for everybody else. I never get scared because I've been doing it for so long. I've been in the ring with guys who pity me.
Could you kill me with your bad hand?
I could. I'll choke you
Look
out.
how quick you both said yes.
That's true.
I wouldn't even punch
you both went yeah. like you want to now.
You want me to lie you?
From the very beginning, both Canelo and Crawford made it clear this wasn't just another interview. It felt like an event all its own. Crawford sat back, calm and at ease, a quiet smile on his face as he spoke about the weight of the moment. He called the fight historic, and you could feel the sincerity in his voice. It wasn't for show. He truly meant it. Canelo, in contrast, stayed true to his usual cool and composed demeanor. He echoed Crawford's words, saying he's always chased greatness, no matter the odds. For him, this fight isn't a reinvention. It's a continuation of the path he's walked for years, and meeting Crawford in the ring, just the next chapter in the journey.
I feel great, you know, to be sitting next to another great, you know, and we both preparing to go make history. So I feel great to be in this position right now.
How do you feel?
Yeah, I feel glad to share that ring with one of the best fighters out there in the last past years. So I always try to do that. You know, in my career, I accomplish everything. I try to fight the best out there, and this is no exception. So I'm glad to be in this kind of fights.
3. Piers didn't waste a second before diving into the question everyone was thinking. Is it weird being so respectful to a guy you're about to try and knock out? Canelo spoke up first, calm and sure, saying that when you truly grasp how dangerous someone is, the trash talk feels pointless. Crawford gave a slight nod, backing him up without a word. Respect, they both seemed to agree. Sticks around right up until the bell. After that, it's just muscle memory. None of them needed mind games to prove anything.
When you know what kind of fighter you are, you know what kind of fighter you're gonna face, you don't need to talk shit about each other. You know, when I step in the ring with, and I'm pretty sure when he step in the ring, we're gonna give it all there for the fans. I I'm not that guy to like to talk shit about the other or the opponents. We know we are good fighters. We know we give everything in the ring to put a good fight, and sometimes people talk shit a lot, and when they stay in the ring, they do nothing. So we don't, in my opinion.
4. That kind of mutual respect is rare in boxing, especially at this level, where egos usually run wild. But this time, it didn't feel like a show. The admiration between them felt real, unforced. And in a quiet, powerful way, it set the stage for what this fight is truly about. Not fame, not flash, but legacy. Not knockouts.
I know it's a mutual respect between me and Canelo. He ain't never disrespect me, so therefore there was no need for me to disrespect him. Come fight time, we definitely gonna try to take each other's heads off, and the closer the fight goes, we both gonna be eager to, show who's the more dominant.
When asked about the possibility of losing, Crawford didn't even blink. To him, losing isn't something that lives in his mind. It's just not an option. Beating someone like Canelo, he said, would carve his name into boxing's Mount Rushmore. It didn't come off as bragging, more like a man quietly reaching for greatness. Canelo's response was more measured, more seasoned. Legacy, he said, is about leaving it all in the ring every single time. He gave Crawford his due, but pointed to his own deep experience and relentless training as the edge that could tip the scales.
What does it do to your two legacies? What does it do to yours if you lose? Your unbeaten record goes.
Definitely my unbeaten record goes, and I can't imagine thinking about getting beat. That's not something that I think about.
We've never had it as a professional fighter.
Yeah, but I never like to think about losing. It comes to each and every one of our minds as a fighter. What if? But that's why we train so hard, so that if can deteriorate, in camp. But, a win against Canelo Alvarez, what it would do to my career would put me, on Mount Rushmore.
Yes.
I think I would be one of the greatest fighters ever.
No question.
I never think about lose. Like, always prepare yourself to win, no matter how, no matter what. So I always thinking in my win. I know I have 2 losses, but I give it all there. So, and I'm always focused, always training 100% in what I have in front. And I know I have a very complicated fighter there, but I fought everybody already, every style, and I'm gonna put my everything there, all my talent, my experience, and the best man.
When the conversation turned to the dangers of their craft, the mood shifted, became heavier. Crawford spoke with quiet intensity, saying that every time a fighter steps through those ropes, they're putting everything on the line. This isn't like most sports. One bad night in boxing can alter the course of your life forever, he made it clear. His dream isn't just glory, it's walking away on his own terms, with his health, his mind, and his future still whole.
I always said I was going to retire from boxing. I wasn't going to let boxing retire me, But this is a sport that we in. We in the hurt business. We know what to expect. We know what's at risk. We know the things that can happen. That's why you got to set yourself up for if and when something like that was to ever happen, you got to be secure all around the board.
7. Then came the conversation about fear. Crawford didn't hesitate. He said flat out, he's not scared. He's been through harder things before, like raw bare-knuckle fights on the streets. No rules, no gloves. He's faced men bigger. Then Canelo, and those battles taught him how to stay cool when the pressure rises. Nerves? Sure, he admits they're natural, they keep you sharp, keep you on edge. But fear is something else. Fear slows you down, makes you second guess. And in a fight, that hesitation can cost everything. Crawford was firm. Once you step into that ring, fear has no place. You trust your work, your will, and everything you've trained to become.
Against him?
Fear? No.
I will for you, and I'm not even you.
That's cool. As a fighter, you know, we get nervous, but we never get, well, I can't speak for everybody else. I never get scared because I've been doing it for so long. I've been in the ring with guys bigger than Canelo. I done fought guys in the streets with bare knuckles that's bigger than Canelo. You know, so as a fighter with the skills that I pose, that with the, you know, fighters that I've been in the ring with, the fear is, you know, I fear
you haven't
for what
fought
I'm
professionally against somebody as big as you.
Not at all. Not at all.
And it doesn't unnerve you at all?
Not at all.
As expected, the topic of weight came up. Crawford is moving up to divisions, and critics have wondered if it'll be his undoing. But he didn't flinch. He looked completely unfazed. He reminded everyone that Canelo has often been the smaller man in the ring throughout his career. He praised Canelo's slick defense and sharp counters, giving credit where it's due. But still, Crawford stayed calm, grounded. Eyes won't decide this fight, he said with quiet certainty. Man execution will.
You know, Canelo is very skillful. You know, I think they just basing their opinion off of his size. And me personally, I'm not going in this fight looking at his size. You know, he's a tremendous boxer. He's a tremendous counterpuncher. He got good defense, you know. We watched Canelo a lot for a long time, and the reason why he's at the top of the sport is not because of his size. Canelo's always been the smaller fighter going into the ring if you watch his career. You know, he's never been the bigger fighter. You know, only in a couple of fights with like Amir Khan and Charlo and them like that, but.
Peers tried to dig a little deeper, asking Crawford to name one thing Canelo does better than him. But Crawford didn't bite, shut it down, saying they haven't fought yet. So why make guesses? It was a moment that showed just how locked in he really is. No assumptions, no extra hype, just focus. Canelo didn't take it the wrong way. If anything, he respected it. He said that kind of quiet confidence actually made him more excited for the fight.
What do you think he's better at than you?
I don't know.
In terms of skill?
I don't know.
Yeah, you do. You've watched all his fights.
I don't know.
You do. You've got a whole list.
My thing is this.
What is it? Is
anything?
The stuff that you and your team, you've watched every fight he's done. I know you have.
Canelo.
You're obviously a student.
Canelo is a great fighter.
Yeah.
And we all have agreed on that, but
can you accept he's better than you at anything or not?
No, I cannot. I cannot say that another man is better than me in anything.
Because it's weak to do that.
No, because he ain't proven it yet. I can't say if his jab is better than mine because I haven't been in the ring with him. I can't say if a person's right hand is better than mine because everything that I do.
10, to be fair, Canelo matched that honesty with some of his own. He admitted that Crawford might have tools he doesn't, but he was quick to add tools don't always decide a fight. People think they've figured him out right up until they face his rhythm, his power, his timing, and that's when things change. What makes this clash so real, so electric, is that both men truly believe they're the best, and neither one is bluffing.
Man, he's never lost a professional fight. And yeah, right, he's coming up in weights, but he's exuding chilling confidence. Even for you, to hear him talk like that, does that concern you?
No,
he has no fear?
No, I like that because that's when you realize it's gonna be a good fight. I like that. I like to hear that because it's when you realize it's gonna be a great fight, and I love it. I enjoy it.
What do you think you're better at than him?
You know, he is a very skillful fighter. He have maybe a lot of things better than me, but fighters judge me behind or out of the ring, but when they into the ring with me, they find out it's different. So
what is different?
Because I have a lot of talent, a lot of things, a lot of things they don't know till they in the ring with.
When it comes to mental preparation, the contrast was clear. Crawford explained that as fight night gets closer, he slowly builds tension with his opponent, not hatred. Just enough of an edge to fuel his training with fire. He said it sharpens him, keeps him locked in. But once he steps into the ring, everything changes. That tension fades. Instinct takes control. And from that moment on, it's all automatic, pure reaction. No thinking, just everything he's drilled coming to life.
I already have that. That's why I'm a fighter, because my instinct is there. So
to hate your opponent.
No, being in the ring, when I'm stepping in the ring, all the things go out and you need to change your mind.
I'm talking about the weeks before the fight.
No,
when we get to like August and you're a few weeks away, do you have to switch into a more aggressive mindset against your opponent? Do you have to end up hating that person so much?
I won't say hate, dislike.
Dislike, yeah.
You know, we about to go in the ring and try to knock each other heads off. So, and in that moment, you know, I'm gearing up to not liking them, but respect is all, you know. But come ring walk, all that goes out the window because my mind is going to be focused and clear. You got two alpha males over here that know what they can.
The knockout talk turned out to be one of the most technical and eye-opening parts of the interview. Crawford explained that it's never the huge, wild punches that do the most damage, it's the ones you don't see coming. Canelo echoed that thought, adding the most dangerous shots are the ones with no wind-up, no effort, just pure timing. It was a moment that revealed the level of chess these two are playing, because when you swing too hard, you often miss what really matters. Sometimes you throw a punch without even thinking, and it lands so clean. You barely feel it, like it wasn't even hard, but it was perfect. Piers then asked Crawford if having long arms gives him an edge in a fight like this. Crawford said, "It can help, especially when trying to control distance." But he was quick to add, "It can also backfire if you're not careful."
You got longer arms. Is that a big advantage with someone to keep him away from you?
It could be in some cases, but in some cases it could be, you know, a disadvantage. You know, Canelo's real good at slipping inside shots, you know, and mid-range, that could be his advantage. So I never think about just because I got long arms, that can be my advantage. Yeah, it's an advantage on the outside, but then if the fight goes to the inside, it's what you do with your long arms. How short can you throw your shots? So I'm well-rounded.
Weight came up again. Crawford shared that he naturally walks around at 155 pounds. It's where he feels good. No need to bulk up. Canelo, with his signature calm, brushed it off, saying weight is secondary. Real power, he said, comes from timing and precision. It's not how big you are, it's how you throw. Later, when asked who would win, Crawford gave a number, 70%. But then, with a smirk, he added, "I only need that 1%. That one line captured him perfectly. He's not about hype or certainty, he's about quiet belief, proving people wrong when the odds feel stacked. And then came the legacy question. Crawford admitted Canelo wasn't always the one he chased. It was Pacquiao. It was Spence. Now, Canelo is the final mountain, the last name that truly matters. For Canelo, this isn't a pursuit. It's a defense. Crawford is the hunter. Canelo is the hunted. And both men understand this fight is destined for the history books. So here we are. Two of boxing's most skilled, most focused, most dangerous champions. One fight, one ring. One moment that could shift it all. No trash talk, just legacy. Drop your predictions in the comments. Does Canelo's experience keep him king?